Emakhosini ingane zethongo, emakhosini kini nina, my beautiful Kemites. Igedla lamashqishqi leli inyanga yamakhosi Mkhulu Sseida bakwethu. On our previous video we had posted ukuthi we are continuing our cleansing nokuphakamisa the tour we began at Cape Town. We've had requests of abantu ukuthi bathi sicale la eJozi, of which our next leg was Durban, our next leg was KZN, but I guess charity starts at home. Siyobe sihlambulula abantu, siyobe sigeza abantu from the 1st until the 4th of May. From the 1st until the 4th of May 2025. Siyobe sisebenza abantu. Please come in, please make your bookings. It's gonna be 600 Rand per head. We are only taking a limited number of people, just like in Cape Town, guys, because I can only work so many people before I also become spiritually drained. So contact us on 061 178 1304 for booking in. Let us know on which date you'd like to come, and then we will have a discussion based on that. Likelihood we are only taking a maximum of about 20 people, if not 15. Ne? So the bookings are gonna feel fast. This is the last, guys, of our cleansings because winter sailor. Amanzi, like most of my regular patients know, amanzi ngiyawavala generally around winter time. Angifuni ukugqilaza abantu ngiloku ngibafaka amabhavu ngamanzi abantu ngathi amanzi wasefrijini. Ngiloku ngifaka abantu empophomeni ngamanzi abantu ngathi amanzi awasefrijini. Cha, ngifuna ukuthi siphethe and sigcine. So all of you who needed anything regarding cleansings, all of you who needed assistance regarding ukuphakamisa kwey'thunywa, ukuphakamisa iy'nhlanhla, ukuyocela emanzini, etc. All you water children and all of you who've dreamt of water, ngithinteni. Ikhehla lamashqishqi leli, igedla lamashqishqi inyanga yamakhosi. Ngithi ngiyanibonga nina nonke. My line is open to you. Remember, guys, 061 178 1304 emakhosini. Makhosi. Ngiyanibingelela nina lapha emakhaya. Mkhulu Sseida lo. Igedla lamashqishqi inyanga yamakhosi. And I welcome you guys to another episode of Kemi TV, man. Bakwethu, as per tradition la ekhaya, siqala ngokubonga nina, the viewers. We want you to continue going ahead, sharing our videos, going ahead, making our videos known to different people that might need this more than you need it, even if the video to you might not seem like it has that much interesting information. Please continue to like, guys, share, and subscribe. Without ukekamakhula, asike sijuleni mayelana today's topic, which is understand the language of the universe, learn to speak the language of God. Mkhulu Sseida, what is the language of God? Ngihlezi ngikhothama, ngihlezi ngiguqa, ngithandazela ukuthi, but I still find myself in constraints. I still find myself in positions where nothing has changed. Impilo yami isafana nakuqala. Ngithi kuwe, today we want to delve deeper in this topic. We've touched on this topic before. So I guess I think that the topic expounding on how to manifest, expounding on what Yeshua Mashiach was teaching, and because this is a universal spirituality channel, ngiyaphoqa ukuthi sibuye kule topic le to go a bit deeper with certain facts that will help you have faith, or that will help you believe ukuthi you have the capability of connecting with God. First, you must understand why you can speak to God. You know, there was a certain rapper, his name is Karis One, a certain rapper turned religious teacher now. And he said something so profound once. He said, I found that when I held my breath for 4 minutes, or rather when a human's breath is blocked for 4 minutes, it is not their mind that stops working. It is not their heart or organs that stop working. The body still remains alive. What they lose is consciousness. Changing your understanding of the fact that when you're breathing, you are connecting with consciousness. All of this around you is consciousness. You are breathing in God and breathing out God. The original pronunciation for the true name of God, which is Yahuwah, which is Yod-He, Vav-He.
Those four words, Yod, He, Vav, He, standing for the four elements. In itself, the spiritual principles of those elements. Yahuwah. Now, when you research deeper into the past, the pronunciation of the universal name, you find that it's actually pronounced Yahweh. Hence, it was the one word that did not have any vowels in it. It only had consonants. Y-H-W-H. Not Jehovah, not Yahweh, Yahuwah. When you breathe, you are constantly pronouncing, uttering, whether you want it or not, the name of God is in you. It is what gives you consciousness. Thus, understanding why you can speak to God is because the principle of the universe, the principle creating aspect, or rather, the principle creating word in the universe exists within you. And hence, when you breathe, you make those sounds. You are intricately connected with God, whether you want to or not. You utter God's name every time you breathe. It is what keeps you alive. It is consciousness. You separate yourself from all of this, you will lose consciousness. But which this is quite a deep episode. It's for those of you that are into spiritual, universal spirituality. We must cater to this. Now, sikhulume nokunye kodwa kuyaphoqa ukuthi singene into this specific topic. Why are you connected, or why can you speak to God? Because you are a receiver. It was found after specific experiments. I'm going to put certain links in the bio so you guys can watch the videos as well. It was found after certain experiments. The brain is not the originator of thought, but the brain is more a receiver of consciousness, a receiver of a universal transmission. And thus, if that is the case, that means we are all in one, simply in bodies receiving from one consciousness. And hence we say you and God are one. For God dishes out his consciousness to all of us equally, and it enters us as receivers. Radio transmitting receivers and bioelectric frequency-based receivers. Receiving consciousness, you and God are connected, for God is experiencing the world through you, through your lens. He is siphoning and feeding his consciousness into your being. And thus, he hears, sees, and feels everything which you do. He experiences your experience such as you are. And hence there's the saying, it is not happening to you. It is not happening to you, for you are not the body. It is happening for you. For you and God are working on a mission together in order to experience and to grow as a soul in the microcosm and as a soul in the macrocosm. Brain neuron patterns are identical to the picture of the stars. When you go under specific machines and you observe electric activity in the brain, or you take a picture under certain special machinery of the brain, you'll see that the neurons, the way they are connected, look very, very alike, if not at least 90% identical to how the stars are connected. You are made in the image of God. Down to the way your mind is wired and the way the mind should function is the same way the universal energies communicate and move at a macrocosm level. You are functioning at a microcosm level. You are simply a fractal or a small piece of the larger picture. So, moving on, your DNA shows the code God in man. Now, I have to put links to these specific experiments that were done so that you guys can verify this information. There was a specific study that was done, or rather it wasn't a study, but when they realized that you could recode your genes. You could deactivate specific genes, activate specific genes. You could actually break down your DNA in ones and zeros in specific geometric, or rather if not geometric, numerological based language, in a numerological based language. And when they were going through different types of DNA, they found that within the strand there is a specific code. When translated into human language, it reads God in man. If God Bagwetu could hide anywhere, that was the trick he played on us. He didn't hide in the stars, he didn't hide in the trees, he didn't hide anywhere else. He hid within man, he hid within creation. So that in order for you to find God, you cannot go on the outside, you cannot be based on dogma. Hence, the Egyptian, or rather the Egyptian saying, or rather the Egyptian teaching, the Kemetic teaching, know thyself, and you shall know the whole universe. Understanding that within your blood, there is a signature from God where he states himself that I am in you. Understanding that when you breathe in, you are absorbing the universal, or rather the godly consciousness. And should you separate yourself from it, you die. For you and God are inseparable. And when you come to that understanding is when you know if God is within me, I can communicate with God whenever. For after Matlos, after Matom, after Itumya, after Idala, after deities, after jinns, after diamonds, after the Gregory, after the principalities, after each and every class of spirit which can be accessed for power, accessed for assistance, that governs your life, there sits one primary spirit. The spirit that even the Holy Father and the Holy Mother answer to. And you utter that name continuously. Continuously throughout your life, speaking God's name as a signature. I am the life that is within you. Now, there was another DMT experiment that was done whereby humans have really gone to great lengths to find the source behind the source. What is all of this made out of? Matter. And thus they did an experiment where they got specific participants and they made them take DMT. They would then use cross lasers in order to project them onto specific surfaces, and they would ask the person on DMT to go and look at the laser. As a side note, for those of you that don't know what DMT is, please go into my video. I'll list it here below at the end of the video on ayahuasca, where I cover what DMT is. But briefly, DMT is simply an hallucinogen. It is a specific compound and that can be taken in different forms, whether you take it in a form of licking a toad, or you take it in a form of a liquid that is burned and smoked. DMT can be taken in different ways, but it has psychotropic effects, kind of like a mushroom. The effects affect the consciousness of your mind. And so when those people were under DMT, bahamba bayobuka khona laphaya on the laser that was projected to the wall, they could all see only one thing. That underlying matter is a code. Just like your phone is coded, and at the end of the day, after hlanganiswa yonke lenyakanyaka, the silicon chips, the motherboard, the processors, the screens, everything, the end result is you see an image. But that image that you interact with it based on a code. What you're seeing there is a code, ones and zeros. Likewise, when that laser was projected in this experiment, each and every participant on DMT was seeing letters or numbers or symbols. They couldn't verify which language these symbols were, but you could see them as specific symbols. So, which told the people, or rather helped them hypothesize, ukuthi eqinisweni, matter is simply code. Matter is simply bound together by its energy that is bound together by the Word. And hence, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. a specific code. If you have Jula Ngempela, beyond the Christ, beyond everything, the word spoken about in John 1 verse 1 is just that. It is the underlying code, the underlying laws, the sonic or the frequency that allows everything to exist and be experienced as a solid, although it is not a solid. The universe is made of a code. The universe is geometrically based, numerically based, and it is frequency based, sonics, geometry, patterns, numerology, numbers, numerically, geometrically, patterns, numerically, numbers, and frequency, sound. Those are the three primary aspects needed for you and me to interact with this dimension. It is the three primary tools God used to form all that you see around you, which is just a small band of the actual spectrum of light which humans are able to perceive, sounds that humans are able to hear, realities that we're able to experience. Now, Mkhulu, okay, you've broken down all these things. Yes, God used geometry, He used numbers, and He used frequency to create the universe. So, how does this apply to everything you've taught us? Now, I'll connect it for you in this way. Your emotions emit a specific frequency. Your heart has its own electromagnetic field. Your emotions are the frequency you send out. Emotions are the frequency you send out. If you send out an emotion of abundance, you attract abundance. Thoughts are the code that codes the subconscious to paint the canvas. And so, hence God said, let us make man in our image. The image, the code that they used to create man was within God's imagination. Let us make man in our imagination, as we would imagine him to be. Let us put our code in him. So your thoughts are a code. What you consistently think of is what affects the frequency that you're sending out. And then at the end of the day, your speech would be connected to the sonics. Speak it before it was. Hence, Yeshua said, when you pray for something, you must believe in your mind and your heart that it has already been fulfilled. Those are the three needed understandings for you to communicate with God, to communicate with the universe. You must be in alignment with what you wish for. Your thoughts must be in alignment with what you wish for. And when you speak, you don't speak in past tense, but you speak in present tense. Because the universe, the sun only governs this earth construct. It doesn't govern the whole universe. God is within you. Guys, we wanted this to be a short episode. I do hope it got to the correct ears, those who believe in manifestation, believe in creating your own reality. Listen to this episode, watch this episode, go ahead and share it. Like, share, subscribe. Ikhetha lamashkrishkrile inyanga yamakhosi. Ngithi ngimthanda nothando lukamfele Makhosi.